Hey guys, it's me Brooke here from Saddlebrook Stables, and in today's video I'm going to be making this flower box for my Breyer horses. This is a process video and I hope it'll give you some tips along the way on how I made it, so maybe you can make your own. But yeah, let's get on with the video, guys. Okay, to begin, I cut off the side I wanted for my long pieces. I didn't really have a measurement, but I just kind of made it a long skinny box the way I wanted to. Since this is for traditionals, I'm going to make it kind of 3 high just to make it taller. Also, guys, I don't have braces, so that's why my talking's a little bad, but it'll work out in the end. But yeah, I'm just going to cut this. Now, I'm just cutting the sides. I obviously still don't have a measurement because I just measured them however I wanted to. I just knew I wanted the sides skinnier, so make like a long skinny flower box. And you'll need to cut 3 on each side, so you'll need to cut 6. So I just have them all measured out, and I'm just using simple scissors. You can use anything else, but I just use it because that's basic. So now I have all my pieces cut out, and I'm gonna glue them together. I just get a simple piece, like a scrap piece, and I put glue on this, and then I make sure this stretches across each crease. And this will be on the inside of the flower box because I don't really like the way the messy glue looks. So I like try to hide it inside, if that makes sense. And yeah, I need to clean up those edges. I got glue on them, so I'm just gonna... And then I'm gonna add some extra glue here just for reinforcement. It probably doesn't need it, but I always just like to be safe. Because more glue is safer than less glue. And this is going to be covered up anyway by dirt and flowers. And now I'm just going to do the same with the other piece to repeat on the other side. And now I have 2. And for the small ones, since they're short, since they're just such small pieces, I'm just going to glue them together a different way. So just putting glue on the end, and I'm going to glue it and hold it. I know hot glue is not the best option or the most realistic, but I just choose to use it because it's what's easiest for me and what I just use that works the best to like sturdy, I guess. So I'm not really sure if this is the best option, but I just use this. I know there's probably better options out there, but this is just the easiest for me. So I will repeat to make a second one for the other side of the box. Here I am just taking the pieces and going to put some glue on them, and I'm going to glue them all together to make the box. Except if you haven't realized, our box doesn't have a floor. The floor will come later, but I'm just going to glue together the sides real quick here just to make sure and make it an actual box now, not just some random wooden planks. Now, I'm just using a jumbo popsicle stick to use as the bottom of the box because no one's going to really see the bottom of the box, but it still needs something to kind of hold it up. So I'm just going to cut this out and glue this in the bottom. I was going to color a marker and use Mod Podge to stain because I've seen my Froggy stuff and other people used it, but I just ended up scrapping the idea and using what I've done, which is watered down paint to stain the wood. I used this technique when I made my homemade Schleich barn, so I figured just go with something with my gut, what I've done. And yeah, I'm gonna stain it, and then I think I'm gonna get pastels and dirty it up because nothing is gonna stay clean on a horse farm. And I'm just coloring a little bit down on the inside of the boxes because you'll see a little bit of the inside, but you'll mainly will not see the inside at all. I'm just doing the bottom. I don't really need to do the bottom, but it does not hurt to do the bottom, so. Now it is dry, so I'm going to go in with a darker layer of just a darker brown. So basically, it looks like a bunch of water and just a little bit of paint to make it a stain and not so much a thick paint. So I just used a combination of these two colors. Okay, now I'm moving on to dirt, which I'm just going to use some cut up felt. I cut it up into really small pieces. Let me show you here. So I'm just kind of cutting little pieces out of this felt, and then when they're all in the container, I'll cut them up even more. Basically here, I'm just cutting it up, and it takes a really long process. But it actually looks really good when you smooth it out as dirt. Okay, now I have all the dirt I want. I think this is gonna be enough. And now I'm just gonna put it in my box, just dumping it on in here. And then I'm gonna smooth it out. And you can like layer it kind of how you want dirt to be. The sad thing is, after I put the flowers in, you couldn't see the dirt as well as I wanted you to, but if you looked close enough, you could see it, which was basically all that mattered. The details matter here, but yeah, this is what the dirt looks like. It's obviously going to be glued down. I got out my paper roses that I just bought from Amazon, and I'm going to choose two colors that I think complement each other well and I have a lot of. I chose this yellow and this kind of orangey color, and now I'm just going to pull them out and start arranging them. I did need to cut the floral wire, but I'm just going to arrange them here. Okay, this took forever, so I did it off camera, but this is the way it is now. Nothing's glued in place, so I'm just gonna grab my 527 glue. It's just glue that I use for leather, and basically now it's an everything glue. I didn't want to use a ton of it because I know it's not the best for you, so I used a mixture of this and hot glue. So I'm just kind of shoving it down there and kind of getting glue where the flowers are. This was a really messy process. I don't suggest doing it this way, but this is just the way I ended up doing it. Obviously, like I said, not the smartest way. And yeah, it was tedious, and I like rearranged all of the flowers. And now I went in with hot glue, but the hot glue kind of covered up the dirt, so I'm pretty sure I don't have this on camera, but the hot glue covered the dirt. So I painted back over the hot glue with some brown paint, just so you could see the dirt again and not the clear hot glue. But now let's get on to the next thing, which I did, which was pastels. So I'm just dirtying it up here because I wanted it to look like it's been sitting in mud for a while. And then the pastels, I sprayed with my Americana matte spray, just in the garage, ventilated area, of course. But they're pastels, so I needed to seal them in so they wouldn't come off. And I have no idea how the paper flowers are going to react. I mean, I'm assuming they'll be fine, and here's me later, they were fine. But at the time, I really wasn't sure, and I was like, oh, please, let's not ruin this. Now I'm going in with little hot glue dots to make them look like nails, and then I'll paint them silver later to look like nails. And this is actually super cute in the end. I loved the way it turned out. I just grabbed some cheap silver acrylic paint, and I just went ahead with it and started painting the nails. This was super tedious. I started with a brush and learned the brush is not gonna work. So then I got out my dotting tool, and that was way better, and it worked out really, really cute. Then to finish off the flower box, I just got out some tacky glue and I glued on this little greenery moss just to add a little bit of extra touch. But yeah, that is the rest, and now the box is done. Here is the finished flower box. I absolutely adore it. It will look so good when my Breyer barn is complete. So sorry this video is long, but I wanted to show you that things, even that are small, can take a long time. And I think the dirt even looked fine. But yeah, I just think it's really cool, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, guys!